What's up, RoyalSpartan Tribe? This is RoyalSpartan125, back for yet another great reaction. This is Are You Scared of the Cinema by Watcher? I shouldn't be watching this one. I like going to the cinema, I do. But I have to admit, sometimes when I go in, and there's not many people there, or maybe sometimes I go in during the week and there's nobody there, it's just me, it can be very daunting, because you realize you're the only person in the room. But are you the only person in the room? Somebody could be hiding behind one of the rows of seats or something like that. It kind of freaks me out. See, when you walk in at first, it sort of freaks me out a little bit. And sit down. Once the movie starts, I'm okay. I'm pretty much okay. But walking in and sitting down and getting comfortable, trying to get comfortable, is pretty scary sometimes. And then once the movie's over, lights come up, and you realize you're still the only person in the room, and you're like, crap, I better get out of here. I've been sitting here for nearly 2 hours by myself, you know what I mean? But it's also kind of daunting when you go in and there's maybe one or two people in there too, and it's like, who are these people, It's just one of those things, just like instinct, It's just an alarm bell goes off in your head, It's something wrong here. It just doesn't feel right. But yeah, I get it. I felt that way in cinemas sometimes. But the thing is, I don't like being in a cinema when it's crowded either. I just don't like too many people. But I don't like too few people either. I can't wait. Yeah, I think most people would understand what I'm talking about here. This is Shane and Ryan, I think, who usually do these, so yeah, this should be it. Somebody asked for more of these, and I thought, well, I'll do another one. It's not a requested video in a way. Well, I suppose it is. I suppose it is a requested video because somebody asked for it. They didn't ask for any specific sort of video. They just said, just do another one. Or just do more of these. So I thought, yeah, I'll do another one. Why not? I enjoyed the last one, so. It was a while ago, though. Months ago. But yeah. I want to remind you that I do have a second channel, RoyalSpartan Take Two. Do movie, TV, and anime reactions over there. If you want to jump over there, see what I've got over there, and maybe just if you have something you want to request, whether it's movie, TV, or anime, go ahead and request it in the comments section of one of my videos, and I will get to it. I will. You might want to subscribe and like over there, and you might want to do the same here too. Yeah, so let's jump it.
This video contains content that some might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Who doesn't love the cinema? It's the perfect place to sit back and escape reality.
True.
Watching a film on the big screen can be an immersive experience.
Yeah.
But what if it's so immersive, it can actually harm you?
What?
Tonight, our narrator finds himself in the front row of his very own nightmare. I'm Ryan Bergara, and this is Are You Scared? A show where I tell my friend Shane Madej the internet's scariest stories. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and let's see if we can make it till the end of the night. Movie night.
We love a movie night, don't we, folks? The whole experience. Film, popcorn, a Pepsi.
I'm a Coke guy, but, to each their own. Is that why you dressed in blue?
Yeah, Team Peps. I wear blue because I love Pepsi. I drink Pepsi all the time.
Okay.
Tell me a scary story.
All right. When something happens you can't explain, something no one would believe or understand, there's nothing you can do except force yourself to forget. I try not to think about it, but sometimes I still do. My wife Alyssa loves watching movies, and so do I. It was part of the reason we connected. A lot of our dates happened at the movies. Eventually, our daughter Rachel, who's now 12, grew to love them too. It became a tradition in our family that at least every 2 weeks we'd go out and see a movie together. There was a small local theater just a bit away that gave family discounts, and tickets were half off for anyone under the age of 13. So,
Nice.
it wasn't an expensive outing. It was last April when I stopped loving the movie theater experience. I haven't been back to one since. What could cause you to never go back to the movies?
Worms in your popcorn?
I'd still go. I'd just be like, bad batch.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, what if it's a bucket of popcorn? It's all worms.
Still just bad batch.
You take it to the counter and be like, bad batch here. It's worms.
Hey, could I get a hot one?
Yeah.
Top me off. It would take the movie coming out of the screen and attacking me. Like if Michael
Well, at
Myers
that point,
jumped
I'm
out of the
going
screen.
every week.
Well,
what's gonna
it
happen?
depends what kind of movie you're in.
Demi
Yeah,
Moore
sure.
steps off the screen?
Okay, keep it in your pants, weirdo.
What, are you going to smooch me? You know?
It was later in the evening on our designated theater trip day, and we ordered dinner from a place nearby since neither myself or my wife felt like cooking. We only had about an hour before we wanted to leave, so we ate quickly. It was about 10 minutes before we had to leave that Rachel started feeling sick. I suggested we cancel the plan and save it for another night, but Alyssa insisted I go to the theater still and enjoy an outing. I had been working a lot, and she knew I was really looking forward to going to the movies. After contemplating for a few moments, I decided that I would go alone while Alyssa stayed back to look after Rachel.
Okay.
I felt bad leaving, but when my wife texted me, "Have fun, love you," I figured I might as well try to have a nice night instead of feeling guilty. This is a future PSA for any children of mine. If you get sick and I'm supposed to go to the movies, if I have tickets for Batman, God forbid, and you get sick, the train stops for nobody.
I just gotta say that I completely agree with that. I'm very much a movie person. I know I'm doing movie reactions. There's some movies I haven't seen yet, but I'm mostly doing rewatches of movies I've watched years ago. But yeah, I love going to cinema. Nobody is gonna keep me from that. If it's something like Batman or Superman or something like Spider-Man, I'm definitely going to see it. It's like, oh, you're sick? Oh, that's terrible. I'll run you home and then come back. Even if I'm a little bit late. Or maybe you have like insurance thing so you can like bump it up to the next screening. Yeah? Something like that. I'm definitely going.
Yeah, I'm going. Get lost. When
Yep.
I walked into the theater, I noticed it was unusually empty. The place wasn't always busy, sure, but this was the first time I'd been the only one in the lobby. Well, the ticket guy was there too, but he had to be. "On your own tonight?" the ticket guy asked. I recognized the boy. His name was Justin. He was usually the one who sold my family tickets. He was a high school kid who obviously didn't care for his job, but he was always polite to us. My family visited the theater so often we had a small rapport built. "Yeah, just me," I replied. I looked around the room again and realized how correct that statement was. "Slow night?" I asked. "Yeah, you're the first person I've seen since I clocked in, probably because there's only one movie playing," Justin explained. I was bummed at the lack of choices, but curious as well. "What movie?" Justin shrugged. "No idea. It doesn't have a title. No poster either." "That's weird."
What?
That's weird, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know. It is weird.
No, come on, get out of here. I don't know. I work at the movie theater. What movie's playing? I don't know.
Can you just look at the
No
name on
title.
the ticket? Does it say no title on the ticket, Justin?
No title, no poster.
What if he's not human? He's like a robot or part of this like little scheme.
Oh, I thought you were going to say alien. It'd be
Or an
like,
alien.
No title.
Oh, I'd be like, why are you talking like that?
I am human.
Okay. At that point, I'm maybe questioning it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to see a certain movie, that's one thing. But if I'm going to the movie theater just randomly looking at a movie, I'd never do that. I'd never just go to the cinema and just go, oh, I wonder what's on while I'm here. Now that I'm here, I wonder what I can watch. No, I don't do that. I would always research a movie first, you know, like, oh, look and see what's on, you know? Look up the internet, see what's on that movie, in that cinema. Decide, oh yeah, I want to go see that one. If I get there and say, oh no, there's only one movie on tonight, and it's, we don't know what it is. There's no title and there's no poster, so just pot luck, yeah? I'd be like, no, I'm not wasting my money on that. No, I don't know what that is. I'll come back next week. Or let me know when there's more movies going to be on. And I'll come back then.
You know.
Can I get a refund?
No!
I know, right? If you want to come back another time, we'll probably have more options then,
Yeah.
Justin suggested,
Yeah.
likely sensing my disappointment. I sighed, debating briefly in my head whether I should call it a night or not. It seemed like everything was working against me. You know what? I'm already here. Might as well go see it, I decided. You sure? Justin asked, and I nodded. All right, that'll be $8 then, Mr. Matthews. I pulled out my wallet and handed over the money in exchange for the ticket Justin passed back. It'll be in Theater 6 to the left. I remember, I joked, smiling. Have a nice night, Justin.
I want to go to a movie theater and make it my Cheers. They know me well enough that they call me Mr. Bergara when I walk in.
Yeah. After we shutter Watcher Entertainment,
Nice.
we'll start our own movie theater.
I think you and I should open up our own movie theater.
Emphasis on good popcorn, a lot of rules.
No cell phones. And I've said this before, the best thing about a cell phone in a dark room is it lights up their stupid face, and that's when we have our robot that slings like ding-dongs. And it flies.
Slings a ding dong.
Yeah.
What's a ding dong?
A ding-dong, you know, like a small little sausage, you know, like a little cocktail weenie.
What do you mean slings a
And
ding
it
dong?
slings it at high speed right into their stupid face. And it's just trained to look at like bright
Just
spots.
say, you know, like a tiny sausage.
Everyone
Those
knows
are
what
called ding dong.
everyone knows what a ding-dong is.
Okay.
My brain worked on autopilot as my feet carried me towards my destination. It was eerily quiet, and just as Justin had said, there weren't any other movies playing. Usually, the little panels that hung above the doors displayed titles, but there weren't any tonight. When I got to Theater 6, I noticed the lack of a title on the sign, but the illuminated number 6 on the wall told me that something was playing. I heaved open the door and slipped into the dark room just before the door slammed back shut. I walked down the path that led to all the seats, and when I turned to scan the room, I saw it was entirely empty. Something about the empty theater made me uneasy, like I was
Yeah.
trespassing somehow. But I shrugged it off and tried to enjoy the fact that I could sit wherever I wanted.
Some people have hang-ups about that, though.
They don't
There's
like
a lot of
sitting
people who are
alone.
like, it's so weird to see a movie alone, and
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, I think it's an acquired taste.
I usually just call those people losers.
You, the person going to see movies alone. Well, that's the thing is, they think that it makes them look like a loser. Is the thing.
Which is why they're losers.
No, if they're seeing a movie alone.
Oh, that's a winner. That's what a winner does.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm trying.
I
to
do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a winner.
Okay.
Are you questioning that?
No. I think we all agree Ryan Bergara is a winner.
I'm gonna need to see everybody in this room raise their hand that I'm a winner.
Please raise your hands. Otherwise, we're not moving on. We all think you're a winner who gets a lot of good ghost evidence.
Raise your fucking hand.
Please raise your hand.
Oh.
Raise it.
I just want to say, yeah, it's the same. When you go into the cinema and you're on your own, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of being able to sit wherever I want. I usually like to go up to the back, just sit right at the back, maybe sit in the middle somewhere. And it's great. You don't have to worry about anyone else being there. But there's something in the back of your mind that it just isn't right, you know? It just doesn't feel right. I don't know. It's weird.
I chose a seat in the middle of the theater, a good enough distance from the screen that I could see the full thing, but not so far back that I was near the loudspeakers. If I had popcorn, it would have been perfect, but when I passed by the concession stand after getting my ticket, there was no one there.
Where's your desired seat?
It's dead center, but it's a little bit up past a third of the way. Because up in the pit, you're looking up like this.
You don't want
In
to
that
be
little second, third part, you're like a perfect viewing angle. And in the last third is for all the burnouts and people who want to make out.
Getting their sick little pleasures up there.
Yeah, I know. Cutting their holes in the popcorn.
A thing that people definitely do.
We've all done it.
What?
What?
It's not great though.
No.
I finally settled in and focused on the large screen, which had been playing a Pepsi commercial when I walked in.
Pepsi!
no,
Bring the
I was
Pepsi
waiting
along!
for that. I
It
was waiting
changed
for
to
that.
a trailer after a few seconds, and I relaxed into my seat. I hadn't missed any of the movie, but I wish I had. The trailer was dull. It was some coming-of-age teen girl movie that I hoped Rachel wouldn't want to see in the future. I watched the preview scenes, just wanting to hurry up and get to the movie. The girl was trying on dresses, arguing with her mom, standing up to her bully. Typical cliche things.
This guy sounds rude. Your daughter's going to want to see movies about girls.
He doesn't like coming of age movies unless they're
Bitch
about
daughter's
him.
going to want to see this one.
Oh, she's gonna want to see herself represented on screen. What a fucking needy little girl.
The next scene had nothing to do with the trailer. It flashed by so quickly I almost missed it. On the screen for just a moment, a photo of a hooded figure from the shoulder up appeared. Just as quickly as I noticed it, it was gone. That was weird, I thought to myself, but I assumed it was a glitch. It wasn't. The clips for the teen movie sped up suddenly. The sound cut out, and scenes flew by. High school dance, a bloody knife, friends hugging, the hooded figure, cheer tryouts, abandoned house. Soon the scenes from the movie faded, and it became a display of unconnected, disturbing images. A dead rabbit strung up, a demonic mask, the knife again, a graveyard, the hooded figure again, a creepy clown, pictures of a family with the eyes scratched out, the hooded figure once more. I had no idea what was happening. My heart was suddenly racing and I got goosebumps. I felt frozen in my seat, stuck watching creepy image after creepy image display itself on the screen. I couldn't look away, couldn't close my eyes, couldn't move. I just watched.
Sounds like the Bergara home videos.
I know. I was about to say, someone got a hold of Steve Bergara's handy cam.
Your family's sick.
Yeah, they are.
Then the screen stopped on the hooded figure. The person was dressed entirely in black, face covered too. I couldn't see their eyes behind the cover, but I felt as if they were staring into my soul. They were unmoving. I knew it was a screen, but still my heart clenched and my stomach sank. I had never felt so uneasy by a picture in my entire life. Suddenly, the screen cut to black. There was still a haze of light, meaning the projector wasn't actually off. It was just a black screen. I tried to breathe, but my throat felt constricted. Out of nowhere, loud, horrible screams emitted from the speakers. It was high-pitched and blood-curdling. I snapped out of my terrified stillness to slap my hands over my ears.
Okay, at this point, I'm pissed. I want my money back. Yeah. No way. No way.
It was so loud, so terrible. I couldn't imagine what was so awful that a person could shriek like that, and I didn't want to know. I just wanted it to stop. Stop. Stop! I yelled out, not even realizing I had done it until the room fell silent seconds after my words.
I'd probably walk out if this happened to me.
Yeah, I'd probably walk out too. Maybe the implication is that he's sort of transfixed, it's like hypnotic, almost like a,
I see.
Yeah,
Like The Ring.
like The Ring. They love to watch that little lady walk out of the screen. They could leave at any time or just, boop, hit the
turn it
remote,
off, yeah.
turn on the fucking remote,
Or just leave, yeah, just leave.
just leave. I like the idea of all this going on, but him also being like,
but scared though, like, ooh.
he gets a little escape kernel. He's like,
I had unknowingly curled into myself, as if to physically shield myself from the noise. I slowly uncovered my ears and straightened up. I took a shaking breath as I looked at the screen. It was black again. Wait, no, it wasn't. On the screen was a dark room. There was barely any light, but I could make out rows of seats facing the same direction.
God.
When I looked closer, my heart stopped. I saw myself on the screen, seated in my chair in the theater. I stared at the mirror image, my mind racing as to how this was even possible. There had to be a hidden camera. This had to be a prank. Any moment someone would jump out and tell me they got me good. Maybe it was Justin. He was a high schooler after all. They were cruel for no reason, even though that didn't sound like him. That had to be the explanation.
Yep.
I forced myself to speak. I announced, "Okay, you got me," hoping that if I admitted defeat, then whoever was doing this would stop. But nothing happened when I spoke up.
You got me.
"Hello?" I called out. I said, "You got me." I tried to hide the quake in my voice.
Okay, if I think someone's playing a prank on me, that little punk at the concession stand, the ticket stand is playing a prank on me, I'm leaving. I'm complaining. I'm going home. I'm not sitting going, yeah, you got me. No, I'm getting up and I'm walking out.
I waved my hand in the air, trying to signal someone. As I waved, I looked at the screen and froze yet again. The me on the screen was unmoving. My hand lowered slowly as it dawned on me that this wasn't live. How is that possible?
Let me know if you agree here. If you could go see a movie you love,
Okay.
but they could deep fake you onto one of the characters. Like if you wanted to go see Titanic, but I was like, make me Rose, you know? Let me see what I look like up there.
I wouldn't want to see that. That sounds awful.
No.
Okay, what about this? What if we could put you in your little Grinch film that you love so much? The Jim Carrey Grinch, but you're the Grinch now. What about then?
I still don't think I'd want to see that. I like Jim Carrey as the Grinch.
$65 to see me in Titanic up there with Leo.
You're a weird guy.
Or Avatar.
Okay, well,
Blue, make me blue.
me as an avatar is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
what if we could both go and be the blues?
Okay, you got me in the
We'll
end.
both be blue.
We'll both be blue. That's good.
The screen cut to black once more for a split second, and then it was back on. I jumped out of my seat at what I saw. Everything was the same as before, except there was now a hooded person, the same hooded person, standing behind me on the screen.
No.
I whipped my head back and found that I was still alone in the room.
Leave.
Yet, I was too scared to experience relief. I looked back to the screen and spotted a smile creep its way onto my face. It was unlike any expression I had ever seen on myself, or anyone else for that matter. My own face, my real face, remained unmoving as I watched the scene unfold in front of me.
There really is nothing creepier than a very inappropriate smile. Like a smile that's coming at a moment when you shouldn't be smiling.
Yeah, like at a funeral.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That would be spooky.
Though I did smile at that Watcher funeral. What was his name? I forgot his name. He's fucking blue.
If you're thinking
It's
of
on
a
the
little
tip of my
tiny,
tongue. It's on
fuzzy
the tip of
blue
my
man.
tongue.
The professor. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it was.
smiling the whole time because you clearly didn't learn your lesson.
No, I think I learned it.
I guess he did. I guess he's pretty content with his actions.
He'll never learn again.
I guess not.
I was standing now, but my feet felt so heavy. I was weighed down by curiosity and fear as I watched the hooded figure withdraw a large knife from behind its
Leave.
back. It was the same knife from the photos that had been displayed rapidly on the screen moments ago. In a rapid motion, the hooded figure slashed the blade through the neck of my on-screen doppelganger. I gasped audibly, my hand unconsciously reaching for my neck. My fingers brushed against my intact skin as I watched in a trance. The smile never left my face. Even as blood began to pour from the wound, it gave me chills.
I mean, at that point, you got to figure, okay, nothing's going to happen to me. You know, if you check your neck and you're fine, then I'll be like, all right, chill. This seems like just something for me to enjoy then. So
No,
let me
not
kick back
chill.
and see how this goes.
You see that and realize there's no blood and you just go, oh, neato.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
I'm getting out of there, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's cool to see yourself on the big screen.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, that's strike 2. Strike 1 was no popcorn. Strike 2 is killing me on screen.
I'd be into it.
The screen cut black again, only for a picture to rerun moments later. It was the hooded figure. It was so close to the camera that the entire background was out of view. The screaming started again. I took action this time. I pulled myself from my state of shock to dash to the exit. My entire body was shaking and my heart was pounding inside of my chest, slamming against my ribcage so hard I thought it was going to break free. I ran from the theater to the lobby. Justin was still at his post, and he tried to say something to me, but my feet carried me so quickly I was already out the door before he could finish. I ran all the way to my car and sped home. I locked all the doors behind me once I got inside, and only then, in the safety of my home, I could finally let myself breathe.
Now, how much do you want to bet Justin is going to turn around to him and say, oh, it was just some kind of social experiment, it wasn't real, you know, it was just some kind of thing, promotional thing for a movie or something. You know what I mean? And he just ran straight past him before he could tell him. What would have happened if he had turned up with his family? And his daughter, his child. where Justin said, "Oh, you know what? You don't want to take your daughter in there tonight because it's a social experiment." Seems like a crappy thing to do, you know? The people. I just completely ruined this guy's enjoyment of movies and the cinema. Way to go, Justin. Good job. You did your job, but you ruined that guy. Good for you. You should be strung up. I'm sorry, but strung up by your toes. Even if you were just doing your job. I don't care. That's a sick thing to do. Very sick.
They just went right to theater to home. So he's like freaking out that entire drive. Just getting in the car. You're checking the mirrors.
Right. Yep, that's what people do when they drive. Yep.
Putting in reverse.
Yep, put it in reverse, then putting it back into drive when they're done reversing.
Stopping at AM/PM. Filling up gas.
Yep.
Back in the car.
Yep. Seatbelt. Mirror. Check those mirrors again. Still freaked out.
That was a fucked up movie. I still couldn't wrap my head around what had happened, even as I caught my breath. There was no way that was a prank. It couldn't be. No one could orchestrate something like that. Not Justin or anyone.
Not that brilliant boy, Justin.
Not that beautiful boy, Justin.
With his big, big brain and strong biceps.
It was impossible. Honey, what's wrong? The sound of Alyssa's concerned voice jolted me out of my own mind. I looked at her with wide eyes, unable to speak. You're home early. Did something happen? She pressed further, but I didn't answer. How could I explain that? She'd think I was crazy.
Yeah.
Anyone would. I'd think I was if I hadn't witnessed it myself. I didn't like the movie.
I told her.
Movie was me. Movie was me.
Oh, she said softly. Okay, well, Rachel's in bed. She ate her food too fast, and I think it upset her stomach. Alyssa explained, but her voice became drowned out in the background. All I could hear was that shrill screaming. Every time I shut my eyes, I saw that hooded figure slashing a knife across my neck. I felt a chill shoot up my spine, and the hair on my arm stand up at the memory.
Okay, who's suing that cinema? Me. I'm suing them. You're gonna get in touch with your lawyer, solicitor, whatever the hell you want to call them. Yeah? And you're gonna sue them. Or at least get Justin fired. Get him sacked. Hell with that guy. How dare he?
I zoned back into reality when I heard my wife suggest, I was thinking we could go to the movies tomorrow. No! I cut her off, my voice louder and shakier than I had intended. She looked at me weird, and I swallowed before softly saying, I don't want to go to the movies. So, are you scared?
Oh, really?
Wait. We don't get to know who the hooded figure was? Did he see this? Was it Justin?
I mean, who can say it's clearly a paranormal experience, something supernatural going on there? You know?
Or he's back home and Justin and all his pals are back at the theater going,
We got him good.
Did you see how he ran out of the theater?
His wife thinks he's weird now.
He pissed himself. She's totally gonna ask him for a divorce.
That sounds like one bad trip to the movies.
I'm gonna need an ending to that. I need a sequel, or maybe in the comments you write the ending and we'll pin the best one.
I think the sort of assumed ending is this man will start pissing the bed.
What if you could never consume content ever again?
Now that's a horror story because I love prestige television.
Or any content.
Yeah.
Watcher content.
That'd be devastating.
But it would be scary at first, and then it would get really annoying. Like every time you turn on the TV, it's just you, and you're just like, sure.
Or what if even you read books? It was like, oh, A Tale of Two Cities. I haven't read this one. It was like a tall, goofy man sitting there reading a book. I'd be like, this is about me!
It's like, damn it!
He's yelling and holding the book and shaking it. Well, that's what I'm doing! That's what I'm doing, he yelled. He flipped through the pages.
Thank you to Genevieve Trent for sending us this very gripping story. It's very impressive. You destroyed what I loved most, the cinema.
Yes.
Well, I guess we will not see you at the movies. See you next time.
Unless you see yourself at the movies.
Okay?
This is gonna do to cinema what Psycho did to the shower.
This is going to do to cinema what Pennywise did to hanging out in the sewer.
This is gonna do to the zoo what We Bought a Zoo did to the zoo.
No, it's not going to. No, it's going to do to
I
cinema
hated
what we
zoos
did to
after.
the
I hated zoos after that movie. I'm just pissed I never see Matt Damon there now.
I know.
Where is he?
Where is he?
Matt?
Okay, that is the end of the video. And I don't know, did that ruin the cinema for you? Didn't ruin it for me. I mean, I had a feeling it was written. You know, it was fake. It wasn't a true story. You know what I mean? I could feel it in my bones. Okay, not my bones, but in my brain. It just didn't seem real. You know what I mean? There was just something about it that just seemed fake. But yeah. It'd be terrifying if it happened to you, you know? But if you're hearing about it or seeing it, it's like, like most horror movies, pretty much. You know, it'd be scary it'd be terrifying if it happened to you, but when you're watching it, it's like, okay, it can maybe give you jump scares and stuff, but it wouldn't like scare you, you know? Oh. Well, it was good. It was funny, as always. You know, these guys, I love watching them, you know, just their dynamic. That's great. It's after midnight here. Oh, it's after midnight here. And, yeah, it's the second video I recorded, so let's stop that. Hope you liked it. I know I did. And again, you might want to stop by RoyalSpartan Take Two and look up the movie, TV, and anime reactions I've done so far. There's many more to come. And yeah, until next time, I am out of here.